Welcome to our next lab. So today we're going to do the mystery metal lab. So we're going to be playing with density and we're going to do a couple of things. So the first thing I want you guys to do is make sure that you have gone and downloaded the mystery metal lab or open it up. It's in your Google Classroom and it is a Google Doc that you guys can edit to answer the questions, and there's tables in there to fill. So if you haven't already, make sure you go back into the classroom and open up your Google Doc for the Mystery Metal Lab. You'll have one there with your name on it so you can fill out the questions and fill out the tables. So go do that now. Okay, welcome back. So I'm hoping that you have your Mystery Metal Lab sheet open. So if you haven't found it, go into Classroom, and I want you to find the Mystery Metal Lab, and you should be opening up this sheet right here. Okay, so you should be looking at this as we're going, and just to kind of give you an overview, this is all the procedures, what I will be doing, and then we'll do some calculations and graphs. But while we're doing this, what I want you to go to is I want you to go down all the way to the metal A and B data. So I am going to give you all the data, then you can go back up and figure out all the questions, okay? So what I want you to do is you can click inside here, and we're going to start here with the volume of trial 1. So you should be entering into here what the volume is. So I will tell you that the volume of every single cylinder that we're going to do, the start volume is 15 milliliters. So you can go ahead and type in 15 milliliters, and you're type it in for all trials, okay? So you're gonna type in 15 milliliters for 1, 2, and 3 for A, and then 15 milliliters, and make sure, remember, our numbers need to have a number and a unit. So you need to also use milliliters, okay? The mass of this, I will give you each time, okay? I will give you the mass before and the mass after I add the metal. You'll see in just a minute. So this is the mass before, and this mass for trial 1 is 25.2 grams. So this is before, and we're going to put in here 25.2 grams. Okay, so that's the mass before. Then I will come back and show you as we go the mass of the cylinder of the water and the metal, and the volume of the water and the metal. These are calculations over here that you will do once we are done with all of our data. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take, and I'm going to add our metal to this one. One little thing about how to read these. The first thing is that this is a graduated cylinder, and each line represents something. So you can see here that it says 15. If you can't, that's what it says. Right here is 15 where the water is at. And the top one here just above it is 20. If I count the lines in between, I count 10 lines. Okay, so I know I'm going 5 milliliters in 10 lines. So I will do 5 divided by 10 to know that each line within there is 0.5 milliliters. So when I'm reading it, I can see. And I'll show you in a little bit. I'll take down the lab sheet after our first one so you guys can see how I read it. Remember, we talked about the meniscus and getting eye level, and that is how Mrs. V is going to do it. So this is our first one. And so this is, you should have 15 milliliters in the beginning and 25.2 grams. Now we're going to add our mystery metals. So we have 2 of them, okay, and I'll show them to you. So this is our first one. Woo! This is our first mystery metal. I'm not sure what it is. We're going to use our experiment to figure that out. Our second mystery metal is this one. And we'll use our experiment to figure out which one, what they are. And you have a table there, okay? So let's get started. All right, so this is our trial 1. We're going to add in, I'm going to get a pretty good sample of our metal. And I'm going to tip it a little bit so that I don't splash any water out, because we don't want to get rid of any milliliters or mass, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Whoa, okay. We're going to tip it I want it to change. Okay, so now what we're going to enter is, I will tell you, this is our new mass. So our new mass of the cylinder plus the water plus our metal here at the bottom is going to be 27.9 grams. So you would enter it there. And then I will get down, you will not see me, but I will get down at eye level and I will determine what the volume is here. So our new volume is going to be, and of course Mrs. V has to back up so that I can see, because my eyes are old, and I can see that it is a volume of 16 milliliters. So now you will type in here 16 milliliters, and you will leave it as so, okay? You will leave it as so, and then we'll work on the calculations later. Right now we're just doing our data, okay? So this is what you're going to do as I go through it, and I will say each one as we go. So I'm going to open this up so you can actually see me working here. And I do wish we were here working on this together. So we have our first one, which is 27.9 grams, which is the second weight of our first trial, and our 16 milliliters. So now we're going to do another one. Okay, we're going to do each metal 3 times. We have to repeat in science, so we will repeat it. So here's our next one, and its beginning weight is, so this is the first one, is 28.9 grams, okay? And it should be 15 milliliters. Now we will add our sample, okay? So this is trial 2 for metal A, okay? So now we're going to drop this in, and I'm making a slight mess. That's okay. And I have filled all these to 15 milliliters. I made sure it's all 15. So now our new mass is going to be 31.9 grams. Our new mass is 31.9 grams. And our new volume for trial 2 metal A, let me get down here, see if I can see it, is once again, it's going to be, have to get really low here. Hopefully I don't hurt myself. It's going to be about 16.1 grams. So our new volume is, not grams, Mrs. V, 16.1 milliliters. So our new volume is 16.1 milliliters. So you're going to write that down, okay? Okay, and think about significant figures when I'm doing this as well. Okay. All right, our third one we're going to use, again, is 15 milliliters. It's going to start. So this is metal A, trial 3. And our beginning mass is 29.7. So we're starting at 29.7, okay? Now we're going to add our sample here of our metal. We're going to add that in, try to not make a mess, because I don't want anything to splash out, or I could have a higher experimental error than I would like. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let's add in. Still making a mess. Okay. Okay, mystery metal. So this is A. So our new mass is going to be 34.1. So our new mass is 34.1. Okay, this is trial 3 for metal A. Our new mass is 34.1. Our new volume is, okay, here we go again, doing my exercises here. It looks like, I would say 16.9 milliliters. So our new one is 16.9 milliliters is the new volume with the metal for trial 3 metal A. So now you should have all of your data in there for metal A. Now we're going to go and we're going to work on metal B. Okay, so here's our first one for metal B. This is going to be trial 1. And the beginning with the water and the cylinder is going to start out at 25.9 grams. 25.9 grams. Now I'm going to take our metal. I'm going to get a pretty good sample in here. Okay. We're going to put that in there. Okay. We need 3 trials. All right. So now our new mass is 30.3 grams. So our new mass is 30.3 grams. Okay. Our new volume is going to be, should have brought my reading glasses. There we go. It's going to be about 15, I would say 15.7. So 15.7 milliliters is going to be our new volume. 15.7. This is trial 1, metal B. Okay. Now we're going to do metal B trial 2. So this will be trial 2. We start with 15 milliliters and the mass is 25.9. So trial 2. Wow, I filled those pretty good. 25.9 grams we're starting off again. And then we're going to add a sample of our metal. This is metal B. Okay. Metal B. Okay. Oh, let's see, you just add some more. Okay. It's fun. Okay. Our new weight is 31.3 grams. So this is trial 2, metal B. Our second weight after adding the metal is 31.3. Okay. And our new volume is, I'm doing a lot of squats for this lab for you guys. You guys usually are doing them here. All right. I'm going to say 16.2. 16.2 milliliters. Okay. All right. 16.2 milliliters is our new one for this one. This is our last trial. Okay. And we're going to start with, this is metal B trial 3, 25.7 grams. So our third one is 25.7. This is trial 3 for metal B, 25.7. Okay, now, and the beginning volume is 15 milliliters. So now let's add our, boy, I made kind of a mess there, huh? Okay, now I'm going to add our sample. Okay. Okay, our new weight, our new mass is 30.4 grams. So for trial 3, metal B is 30.4. And our new volume is going to be, looks like 16 milliliters. So our new volume for trial 3, metal B is 16 milliliters. Okay, so now you have all of your data. Okay, you have all of your data to fill in your lab sheet. Okay, so you should have this entire lab sheet. You should have it completely filled in. You should have all this data. Then I want you to talk with your team. How are you going to figure out what the mass of just the metal is? Think about our What's in the Box lab. Okay, and then how are you going to figure out what the volume of just the metal is? Think about the What's in the Box lab, okay? And then I gave you, remember, density equals mass over volume. So then you're going to calculate for each trial what was your density, okay? So you can do that. And then what I want you to do is you're going to take an average of everything, okay? I'm also going to have you, of course, after you get all this data, you're going to have to also go into Desmos and create a graph for me, okay? So let me help you with getting to the end results. Okay, so we're going to get to Desmos. So once you fill out your entire lab sheet, you're going to go to Desmos. And of course, you're going to figure out, you're going to follow Desmos instructions to make your graph and your table. And you have to think, do you think I changed the mass? Is that going to be the X? Or is it going to be the volume? Which one did I measure and which one did I change? Okay, so that is your job here. And then you need to have that graph in Desmos. Okay, and from there, we talked about how would you find the density. Remember, it's mass over volume. What in a line also concludes to mass over volume. So I'll come over and I'll talk about it, but just think, what over what? Something divided by something. In math, an equation of our line is y equals mx plus b. Which of those letters tells me the change over something over the change of something else? So just think about it. What would I have to find? Okay, so your job now is to go off and be those detectives and figure out which metal is which metal. Now, please remember that no experiment is perfect. That is why we have percent error. So you will be also calculating that. So off you go. Good luck, detectives. Mrs. V, out.